Lee Priest praises Nick Walker's waist control in Tampa, says he can easily push Derek Lunsford and other contenders out at the 2026 Mr. Olympia. The bodybuilding world is still talking about Nick Walker's dominant victory at the 2026 Tampa Pro, and now one of the sport's most respected veterans has weighed in with a bold prediction. Former IFBB pro Lee Priest believes Walker's latest physique could be good enough to challenge, and possibly defeat, defending Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford and the rest of the elite lineup when they meet on bodybuilding's biggest stage later this year. Walker entered the Tampa Pro with something to prove after a disappointing 6th-place finish at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. That result led many fans to question whether the mutant could ever capture the Sando Trophy. Instead of making excuses, Walker rebuilt his physique from the ground up, hired coach Prab Dhaliwal, and focused heavily on correcting the weaknesses judges had repeatedly pointed out, especially his midsection, a dramatic comeback. The turnaround began earlier this season at the 2026 Arnold Classic, where Walker pushed eventual champion Andrew Jacked in one of the closest contests of the year. Although he finished second, many considered it one of the best physiques of his career. He also achieved another milestone by defeating Hadi Choopan for the first time in a major competition, signaling that his improvements were real rather than temporary. That momentum carried into Tampa, where Walker completely dominated the lineup and earned another convincing victory. Lee Priest was most impressed by one thing. While fans naturally noticed Walker's trademark muscle density, granite conditioning, and massive arms, Lee Priest focused on something different: his waist control. For years, Walker's critics argued that his thick midsection prevented him from matching the aesthetics of athletes like Derek Lunsford, Samson Dauda, and Andrew Jacked. According to Priest, Tampa showed a completely different version of Walker. He explained that Walker kept his stomach tight during every mandatory pose, transition, and comparison. Only after the contest ended did he relax his abdomen while celebrating the victory, something Priest believes shouldn't be criticized. Priest argued that some fans unfairly judged Walker because of photos taken after prejudging or after the awards ceremony rather than while he was actually competing. During competition, he believes Walker demonstrated outstanding control over his waist. He can easily push them out of the way. Perhaps the biggest headline from Priest's comments came when discussing the upcoming 2026 Mr. Olympia. The Australian bodybuilding legend believes Walker doesn't even need massive improvements from Tampa. According to Priest, if Walker arrives in Las Vegas looking just 1% better, while Derek Lunsford and other favorites show up slightly off their best, Walker could easily push them out of the way. It was one of the strongest endorsements Priest has given any Olympia contender this season and immediately sparked debate among bodybuilding fans. Why waist control matters so much? Modern bodybuilding judging places tremendous emphasis on structure and presentation. While muscle size remains important, judges also reward athletes who maintain a tight waist, create an impressive V-taper, and present clean lines during mandatory poses. Walker has never lacked muscle. Instead, questions surrounding his waist have often been the deciding factor when comparing him against athletes like Derek Lunsford and Samson Dauda. By demonstrating significantly improved control throughout the Tampa Pro, Walker may have answered one of the biggest criticisms of his physique: confidence is back. Following his Tampa victory, Walker admitted that working with new coach Prab Dhaliwal has restored his confidence. The confidence was obvious during his winner speech, where he boldly predicted that he would become the 2026 Mr. Olympia champion. For an athlete who experienced one of the biggest disappointments of his career less than a year ago, the transformation has been remarkable. Walker now appears mentally stronger, physically improved, and fully convinced he can defeat anyone standing next to him on stage. The 2026 Olympia battle is loaded. Even with Priest's endorsement, Walker still faces perhaps the toughest Olympia lineup in recent memory. Among the biggest threats are Derek Lunsford, the defending Mr. Olympia known for his shape, conditioning, and balanced physique. Samson Dauda, whose size, flow, and stage presence make him one of the favorites every time he competes. Andrew Jacked, who continues to improve after defeating Walker at the Arnold Classic. Hadi Choopan, one of the sport's hardest conditioned athletes and always a dangerous competitor. Every one of these bodybuilders has legitimate championship credentials, making the 2026 Olympia one of the deepest contests in years. Fans are divided. Lee Priest's comments have generated strong reactions online. Many fans agree that Walker displayed the best waist control of his professional career in Tampa and believe he has finally addressed the weakness that kept him from winning the Olympia. Others remain cautious, arguing that defeating a Tampa Pro lineup is very different from beating Derek Lunsford, Samson Dauda, Andrew Jacked, and Hadi Chupan under the bright lights of the Olympia stage. Still, almost everyone agrees on one point: Nick Walker has re-established himself as a genuine Sando contender. Can Nick Walker complete the comeback? If Walker continues improving over the next several weeks, he could arrive at the Mr. Olympia with more momentum than anyone else in the division. His conditioning is among the best in bodybuilding, his muscle density remains unmatched by most competitors, and if his waist continues to stay tight, his overall presentation could reach a new level. Lee Priest believes those improvements are enough to put every Olympia favorite on notice. Final thoughts. Nick Walker's dominant Tampa Pro victory has completely changed the conversation surrounding the 2026 Mr. Olympia. What was once viewed as a comeback season is now shaping up to be a genuine championship campaign. Lee Priest's praise carries weight because of his decades of experience evaluating elite physiques. By highlighting Walker's improved waist control and predicting he could easily move past Derek Lunsford and other contenders if he arrives in even better condition, Priest has added even more excitement to what is already one of the most anticipated Olympias in recent history. Whether Walker can complete the journey and finally lift the Sando Trophy remains to be seen, but after Tampa, one thing is clear. The mutant is back, and the rest of the men's open division has every reason to pay attention.